Hi, hello, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. This episode might be the finale of Act 1, but we shall see. Currently, we are celebrating in our party. Well, with our party and the tieflings in our camp, yep. And it looks like... I think I've talked to everyone in the previous episode, except the companions.
To go still.
Because I didn't want to make it a very long episode. So we can start probably with a romance. And
Can't give up
let's
now.
not talk to him yet, okay?
These boots have seen everything.
I have a feeling that that scene is gonna happen. Because that's Astarion. It's easy to unlock that scene. Let's talk with Shadowheart. Yeah, why not?
Everyone
We are
seems
friends.
to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for?
The refugees?
Exactly right. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them.
Yep.
We saved their lives. Odd.
We did the right thing.
That's more easily said by some than others. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong.
Shadowheart trails off and glances around at the party. She turns back to you, mildly surprised you're still there.
I thought you might have wanted to mingle with the others.
Are you trying to get rid of me?
No, but I thought you might be keen to get away from me. We haven't always seen eye to eye, after all. Besides, I'm sure there's plenty of people who'll be keen to celebrate most thoroughly with you.
You sure about that? Maybe they dislike me as much as you do.
You're putting words in my mouth. I never said I disliked you. It's just, we have some work to do to get on each other's good sides. And yes, I'm sure there's someone out there for you. You should have seen the look Will was giving you earlier.
Really? Will? Now that you mention it, thanks for the tip.
I will. But not as much as you'll enjoy yours, I'm betting. We should have had wine more often. More warming than the fire.
Now, relationship is good. Very good. Fair. Huh. I'm gonna talk to Karlak as well.
Would you look at this place? All these people happy because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible, and with such lovely company. With you, and just lately, I feel like I can remember what it's like to be good. I tried in the beginning. Blew up in my face spectacularly. Lesson learned, never try to befriend a devil, cambion, or imp. Orphans are good for a drink and joke, but you can't turn your back on them. But hey, enough about that. That's history now. I want to think about the future. The one nice thing about being trapped in the inexorable grind of time is you've always got something to look forward to.
Sometimes I feel like I'm stuck in the past. Like 3 years in the early access.
Don't look too far back. We only just met. You
That's
better
true.
go enjoy the party before I do something I'll regret. I like you unburnt, after all. Goodbye, soldier.
So now maybe there's no romance, thing here.
Cheers to you, soldier. And to me, if I do say so myself.
Because I already had a scene with Shadowheart, basically. Where I friend-zoned her. Will. Samol, how did you end up there?
Ah, hells. I was hoping you wouldn't notice I was gone.
Oh, you're supposed to be down here at the water? Well, it was no party without you.
Really? I'm honored. In truth, I don't feel in a festive mood, and I didn't want to cast a grey cloud over the night. I'm a devil. I love the people from the Grove, but I unsettle them deep down, as I seem to unsettle everyone nowadays. You don't want a devil at your party. Claws will pop the balloons, you see. And the sweet cakes don't taste half as good as raw eggs with this blasted forked tongue.
Fetching horns, huh?
Ouch. You don't need to mock me when I'm feeling low. But, off with you. This is your day. Have a dance. Enjoy the music.
Let's say this one.
I'm afraid my feet are firmly planted to the ground this evening. Some time alone beneath the stars, and I'll be back to my old self. Promise. Still, it's a night to remember. You've made sure of that.
Okay. Gale.
Let them have beautiful night, don't you think? Nothing like a brush with destruction to make one appreciate the majesty of a celestial canvas. It's a view I would once have shared with my companion, though definitely unaccompanied by such revelry. She preferred it when we were alone, curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight.
Are you talking about your cat? Ooh, that's not a cat. Is he gonna like that?
By a Gerorn's lost nose! No! Tara is not any cat. She's a Tressum.
Yeah.
Given your confusion, I'm guessing you've never met one. They're brilliant creatures. Fine company for any self-respecting wizard. She'd be most impressed by our efforts saving these tieflings. Proud, even. And I've given her little to be proud of recently, after I was afflicted with my condition. And locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I was inconsolable. Wallowing in my self-inflicted tragedy. I gave enough of myself. But Tara never did. It was her encouragement. Her research that led me to my treatment. Once we knew that magically infused items were the key, she went out to find them for me. She saved my life. After so long being cared for by someone else, it feels good to have repaid the favor. Not directly to Tara, but to these poor tieflings. I'm sure she would approve.
What's Tara like?
You remind me of her somewhat. There's a steeliness in you.
Oh, really?
An unwavering tenacity, even in the face of, to be frank, quite dire odds. Wish she were here for me to make a formal introduction. But I would never ask her to undertake such a journey. She's safer at home. Besides, she was always telling me I needed to spread my wings, so to speak. Find mortal friends instead of hanging onto Mistra's coattails. So that's what I'm doing. I hope.
I really hope that Gil can summon Tara as a skill, like I can summon Scratch. What? You don't have any friends. What if she doesn't like me?
Oh, she'll love you. So long as you don't rub her belly. She hates it when anyone does that.
Do you like having your belly rubbed?
The pleasures I experienced in Mistra's embrace go far beyond the thrill of having one's tummy tickled. I remember once, she took the smallest piece of the weave and made it into... Wait, are you saying... You know what? I think I've clearly had far too much wine. And you've had nowhere near enough. I think this is a conversation best held back on. For now. With my condition as volatile as it is, I fear any undue... excitement may tip it over the edge. So to speak. Go! Indulge in the frivolities. They're good for the heart. And mine will be all the lighter to see you enjoying yourself.
Alright, looks like there's no romance in this camp celebration. Or maybe you need to be very high in approval. Can I see yours? Nope. Well, Lae'zel?
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet, they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness.
I smell their blood on you still. I'd have liked to have tasted it. Too bad for us both, your bunk will be quite busy. Take all the pleasures you can before dawn brings their end.
Oh, it's just like that's it.
Celebrate now. Come dawn, we depart.
Okay. Starion?
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero.
Oh, I
Never
know,
thought
I know
I'd be
this
the one
dialogue.
they toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here, I hate it. This is awful.
It's not that bad. Think of all the goblins you killed. Well, he wasn't there, but...
True. That was fun. Still, I would have liked more for my trouble than a pat on the head and vinegar for wine.
It's a heavy, rich red, dry and sharp.
See what I mean? Awful. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask?
I want to kill something.
Nothing so dramatic. Just you and me and, well, maybe a little death. Figuratively speaking. Let's wait until things quieten down. Once the others are asleep, we'll find each other.
Not sure about that.
All right, but don't take too long. You're not the only tasty morsel around here.
First of all, show genital. Nope, nope. Share. No. Okay. We are good to go if I want to do romance for you too.
The buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. You've picked up a few pleasant memories on your journey amongst your struggles.
Oh, I didn't say yes to Starion. Thinking. Fantasy. Well then, I'm gonna think of Karlach then.
With a profane flush of arousal, you realize she may well be doing the same.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done, and I promised I would help you however I could. I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous. Though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger.
We get a cure and the chance to hit these arseholes where they live. Sounds good.
What's so dangerous about it?
To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls.
How are you so sure Moonrise is where I have to go?
Nature speaks to me. Birds report what they've seen. And I've overheard goblins speaking of it too. Moonrise is at the heart of all this. I'm sure of it.
The Absolute's forces can tolerate such a place?
So it seems, though I don't know how. You'll have to choose your approach carefully. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the Shadow Curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Aridon and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song.
Gale doesn't even care.
But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. And maybe even bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse.
I already found the place you're talking about. It's called Grymforge.
You've already been? Impressive. You'll make me redundant at this rate. What did you find?
Ooh, I found an elevator, but it leads right into the Shadow Curse.
That sounds like what you need. But the next part of the journey mightn't be straightforward. Or safe. It may prove impossible to avoid the Shadow Curse entirely. But if you find any way to limit your exposure, seize it. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned.
I can clearly hear the voice lines which was recorded like later or just newer. You want to come to Moonrise as well? Why?
Unfinished business. And a lifetime of regret to repair.
Can you actually join me now?
I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago. But I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. I spent years researching the curse, trying to put an end to it. Nothing has worked. Yet, if I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse. Same as you may find a cure for your infection.
What about the Grove?
I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. A bird's already been dispatched to summon her.
Who?
Precisely. Who indeed? You do not know, and neither do any of the others. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oakfather's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence.
Huh. One is called resentment.
Resentment will spring up like mushrooms no matter what I do. You cannot please everyone, and you'd be a fool to try. Now, we've quite the journey ahead. Best get started.
So, can I actually invite you to the party? We're not done yet. Travel through the mountain pass. Reach Moonrise Travels through Grymforge. Ancient Temple, Sacred Machines. Okay.
Oakfather's blessings to you.
Oh boy. Do you know how the Shadow Curse can be stopped?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Is that why you went with Eredin? You thought he might find this route to Moonrise?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something. About both the Shadow Curse and Ceramorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Eredin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Seems like you feel responsible for this Shadow Curse somehow.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
What about the secret stronghold in the Underdark? You must know more.
Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found.
At the celebration with the Tieflings before, I hope I didn't come over too strong. Got caught up in the moment.
There are few things that are too strong for me. And cast those regrets aside. You did not get caught up in the moment. You seized it. In other circumstances, I would have done the same.
Oh boy. Okay, so no bad impressions.
A bad impression? Impossible.
How do you know so much about the parasites?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Right.
With such stimulating company? Never better. With such stimulating
Okay.
Well met. My friend! How do you fare? My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable.
It's not too deep. Just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all.
How many times have you done this before?
I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
Maybe no.
You won't find a more learned opinion on this matter, I assure you.
I don't want to do it.
You only have a matter of days to live. Don't dally, my friend.
I do enjoy our conversations. What do you need?
Thank you for agreeing to find Wulbren. It means a great deal to me. Indeed.
Right. Thank you, Mugworth.
Hey, you. Where would you start?
Let's just say this option here.
And I'd even let you. God, we better find a way to cool me off soon. I'm not sure how much more of this I can take.
Least horny response.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something? Fine. What's on your mind?
What do you think about what happened to the Druid Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
True. 26 minutes of, wow, only talking in the camp. Yeah, this is why I stopped recording in the previous episode.
Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
Speak.
Okay, so we are ready to move on. But there's also this thing.
As you look into the book's amethyst eyes, you can almost hear a voice. You just have to open the book, and it will be yours. Forever.
That looks terribly heavy. Why don't you let me carry it for you?
Take it.
Excellent.
You don't know what he read, but it had an effect. His eyes are hungry, but pained.
Well, quite the page turner. I'll get back to it when I have more time to focus.
Okay. Let's see. What else can we do? Hey there.
Peace in the grove once again. It's been too long.
Keep your distance, darling.
Lock you! Kitty! Lock you! Propria! Vita Excalata!
Wanna dance?
No one stopped me yet.
I've run out of mage armor, huh? That's troublesome. Might as well
Can't slow down.
check the trader if he sells one. Let's see. What is the quest that I have? Follow the Githyanki map, reach the Githyanki crash, travel to the mountain pass. There's nothing over here. Travel through the Underdark. Hidden Goblin Stash, I think we found that. Yeah, we did. Literally, that's it. Hey there, Koga.
Sylvanas keep you.
Looking for mage armor.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
It'll take a while for us all to recover, but you've helped us take the first step.
Let's see. We have haste.
May you keep balance.
Alright, Myconids.
Depth to the shadows. I don't care what others say about the Underdark. It's beautiful down here.
I'm used to Eclipse gloom. This is something else.
Welcome back. Let me...
I greet you, son child.
Oh, we still need to sell all this shit. But we keep Halsin's pipe. Just in case.
May your travel...
Welcome back. I do enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
I think that missed a step that can help. That can be a game changer in Tactician. I don't know about these. Do I want them? Who would wear them? What I lack is usually gloves. I want an extra fireboard never hurts. But now,
very well.
It's time to move on. And
how is your morn?
Am I seriously done? I can still get up there, earn some exploration XP, but we're halfway there to level 7. I think we can stop messing around and seriously take on maybe Act 2. So, Grymforge it is.
Invisible beings, or just losing your mind?
The echoes, listen. They're coming from 3 directions.
Losing your mind it is. Probably the tadpole. The weirdest things seem to be.
But we need a moon lantern to get up here. We do have one, but... Alright, I'm gonna save. And I think it's happening, guys. You're about to progress your adventure. Make sure to tie up any loose ends before advancing. Okay, double check. Moonrise Towers. Find a cure. Embrace your shit. Yes. Free the artist. Baldur's Gate. Worm's Crossing. Moonrise. Search for... We can do that. I guess if I start walking this way, it's gonna trigger. No? All right. Whatever. Let's go.
Here we go again.
Wait a minute.
A broken moon lantern catches your eye.
That doesn't work like that. Okay. Well. Time to move. Oh boy, a loading screen. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. The plot thickens. Okay, now, since I'm super curious, what happens if I choose the other path? So what is this place?
What path lies before me?
Weary traveler. Okay, no, don't go there. Let's just reload this. So I truly miss out on the other stuff, I guess. Moonrise is Act 2. This one leads directly to Moonrise, right? But what if I go... What is it?
Moving ahead.
What if I choose this path? I just want to know if I... What's up?
What's so funny? You haven't got some laughing curse, have you?
I really made it out of a burden.
All right,
Incredible.
just keep it down. We're conspicuous enough without your hyena call.
I'm just super curious. Mountain Pass. But now I'm not gonna get an achievement, so I don't know if this is Act 2 or not. Oh boy. Okay, a loading screen again. So I assume we'll go somewhere. Relsimorn Monastery Trail. The Joaquin's Rest. So this is not Act 2 this way. Right? I can go back. Oh my, I hold on. Quick save? Sorry guys. Sorry. I don't want to miss out on stuff. It feels like the Grymforge route takes me directly to Act 2. I don't remember if I clicked on map or not.
Let's see.
Because if I go this way, I didn't see an elevator behind me. And there's also a third path. Oh! So we can go that way and this way too. So this is not a... Or we can return to older locations? We made it to Shadow Curse Lands, Moonrise Towers, blah blah blah. Where's the lift in the Grymforge? Yeah. We can just go back to the Grove again. Okay, so since this was my first choice, I will roll with this one because I was planning to go this way. Even though I quite like that previous location. So, I guess, can I call this Act 2 still? I mean, we got an achievement for that.
We offer our prayers to the Dark Lady, whose comfort and grace heals all.
Best be on my way.
We offer our pain to the Lady of Loss, that she may truly know her faithful.
But at least I have Shadowheart for this area. Absolutist Expedition Trunk. How hard is that DC?
With a flick of the wrist.
10. Should be easy. Oh, that's a natural 1. Welcome to Moonrise, one of... Torch, Potion, Elixir of Dark Vision. I guess we're gonna need these. That sounds like a sign. This is fun because from now on I know nothing about the game. Just some very tiny little itsy bitsy details.
Always room for more.
Who are you? Very Traveler, level 1 with a million HP. Construct. What? 22 intelligence at level 1? Hello? Hello?
Who there, wanderer?
Elminster!
Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. May I inquire if perchance you retain among your traveling companions a man who adheres to the given name of Gale?
Gale? He is resting in camp.
Ever a man of leisure. Would it pain you greatly to assist me along the little voyage I intend to undertake to this aforementioned camp?
Why?
Should it be the nature of our acquaintance that interests you, well, you may safely classify Gale and I as friends. Should it be the nature of your present interlocutor that you desire to drag from the dark and unknown, I shall be glad to aid in your quest for illumination and identify myself as
Holy hell.
Elminster Ormar. Now, if this answer satisfies you, let us linger no longer in this
This? Well, as a bard, I know exactly who you are. It will be my honor.
And I would confirm it to be so. Please. After you.
That's the new campsite. Whoa. Lae'zel.
Already feeling better. Greetings.
Okay. Let's look around. Hey there. You happy now?
Thank you for agreeing to find Wulbrin.
That's the same dialogue, okay. Such a big ass. Is this really a campsite? We have. Something's gonna happen here. House. Oh. Blessing of Saloon. Can you join me now? That would be lovely. Oh, I'm so excited. New location. Whoa!
My friend! How do you fare?
No. Why ain't doing that? You have your own camp now.
The shadow curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
We're... Oh, wait. I can still go anywhere.
You wish to speak?
We're in the midst of the Shadow Curse now. Is there any more you can tell me about how to lift it?
This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, in the form of a young fey boy, with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Thaniel. I've met him in my meditations, but since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once.
All right. What should I look for exactly?
I can't be exact, unfortunately. Time and the Shadow Curse won't have been kind to any traces that would have been left behind. A living witness is unlikely, I'll admit. But perhaps there'll be an unliving witness, or some lingering echo of what we seek. Don't worry. If you find something, you will know it.
So you still...
It's not easy, seeing the ravages of the Shadow Curse. But your camp is a most welcome solace. You've shared your fire with me, your company.
Jesus, what are those noises?
A small pocket of
Holy
light
hell.
against the darkness. But one I couldn't do without. Thank you.
So he's still not joining us.
You're too modest by far. What fate would I have met without you? Rotting in the goblin cells? Dying against an onslaught on the grove? More good has been done since I met you than in 100 years before. Words cannot express my gratitude. Yes, I think you do. Forgive me. Sometimes I forget myself, gazing on the beauty of nature's creations.
Okay. Wallow, do you sell something new?
My friend! How do you fare?
That's a no. I'll sell Halsey's pipe anyway. Scratch. Can understand you. Starion.
Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
Nothing. Alright, let's focus on this.
My thanks for your excellent guidance. Ah, and yonder I spy the object of my pursuit.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I don't understand. How so on my behalf?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught, but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it?
Yeah. Yes, Gale, where's your decorum?
Oh, for the love of...
Fine, fine. I'll turn a deaf ear to the clarion calls with which my scorned stomach beseeches me. Graver matters are at hand. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster.
Right. You see,
He's not having it.
That is to say, Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mystra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
Huh. What message and what charge would that be?
The long-awaited question. Now, if you please, Elminster, for the too long-awaited answer.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption.
Mystra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mystra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils.
You wouldn't happen to know of a cure, would you? Some all-powerful parasite withering spell, perhaps, Elminster?
Alas, the creature that afflicts you, the ill-begotten magic that it weaves, is inextricably conjoined with both the greater purpose and the greater master that it serves. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself.
God damn.
That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mystra's belief that only you can.
How so?
The orb.
Precisely. Mystra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help. Or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
What? Absolute and Gale in one fell swoop. Win-win. Say what you will, but you can't force Gale to go through with this.
No, indeed. But I think she trusts me too.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mystra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed. Such is Mystra's promise.
Hell no.
With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid.
Meine Hastra Mistrarian Idalion Thras Annas
It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
There's still a long journey ahead. We'll find another way.
Or some other fortune altogether.
Like moons make swell and wane the nest.
You ain't gonna sacrifice yourself, boy.
So
That's not gonna
too,
happen in this playthrough.
The sky-strewn gods ordain the
Everyone's
tidal
gonna
fates
happily
of
live
mortal days. And yet,
forever.
a notion
Ever
born
after.
in lonely hours. Come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion. Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you.
Okay.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days.
He didn't seem much of a friend showing up and demanding you kill yourself. Huh.
It's not a demand he wanted to make of me. As Mistress chosen, he had no choice but to deliver her message. However much it pained him to do so. For Mystra to have sent him, the severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left.
You're seriously considering doing what Elminster said?
Of course. He offered the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the absolute will be gone, and I along with it.
So that's it. You're on a suicide mission now.
Possibly the most spectacular one ever conceived. But essentially, yes, I'm living on borrowed time in more ways than one. Perhaps this is how it must be.
Dude.
It remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the Absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating.
I won't let you.
Let's save such certainty for the moment such a decision is upon us. You may feel differently once we know what we're truly up against.
Heck no.
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling.
Oh my god.
And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose.
Well, let's listen to the reactions.
I can't believe Mistra actually expects Gale to just sacrifice himself like that. Seems like a waste of a fine mind.
A shame my first brush with the famed Elminster couldn't be a tad more optimistic. Listen, I might invoke the Triad from time to time, appeal to Helm, but I'm no man of faith. Not like Gale. I don't know what drives a man to consider his own death, among countless others, to be an appropriate exchange for his goddess's forgiveness. To me, it all sounds like nonsense. The faith that matters most is that which you hold in yourself, in the ones that most matter to you. Big Bomb be damned. Gale's got everything he needs to defeat the Absolute already. Talent, nerve, and powerful allies at his side. I hope he'll come to see that.
Oh, was that Gale's granddad?
Oh my god. It was Elminster Amar, the most famous wizard in the realms.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell. But all right. Must have had something important to say to Gale if he came all this way. Good news, I hope.
You weren't listening? I'm gonna explain it.
Whoa now, he's got a... Well, I guess that would explain a little, but... Mistra? I mean, this is a lot to take in. What's he going to do?
I think he's gonna follow through with it.
Fuck me. There's devotion and then there's stupidity. If the god of magic can't handle this without sacrificing Gale, she's no god at all.
Yeah.
Poor Gale. He must be in bits after hearing that. I'll distract him. Tell him I haven't read a book since secondary school. Watch his face melt off.
I fucking love Garlic. I got more infernal metal.
Yes! We need to go find Dammon. I'm going to get a hug soon.
Okay. Well, Dammon is in Baldur's Gate. Lae'zel, anything nice to say?
Elminster. Even the Githyanki have heard tell of the Sage of Shadowdale. Some of his works have been translated to Tirsu. That doesn't mean his every word carries wisdom, however. Near as I can tell, Mistra demands Gale's faith, but holds no faith in him.
Why else would she demand Gale sacrifice himself, and perhaps so many others? Does she not think he can destroy the Absolute with his own immense talents? Does she not know the mighty company that he keeps? Demanding Vlaakith may be, but she acts for the good of the Githyanki people. Mistress concerned only for herself. Bah. Perhaps he'd find forgiveness in a fiery death. But I can't help but wonder why he'd want it at all.
Okay.
I could go for a good meal.
Looks like we can still go anywhere.
Light on my feet.
This is our camp. So I guess what, F5 and leave camp. Okay, so we are back here. Oh, it had a key. I don't even know what is this place called. I don't know how to do the timestamp in my video. Holy hell. Okay. Oh shit. We're going out. The depth of the Absolute. Orders. I have been given the crucial task to clear the entrance to Grymforge for future expeditions. True Solnir will follow once the entrance is cleared. As I make my way, to the entrance, I can't help but feel excited. What might we find here that Ketheric created so long ago, now sealed by the curse? Grymforge could hold untold treasures for the Absolute's uses. I will continue to explore and document my findings. The entrance is currently blocked by vines and rubble. Quite cursed. Explosives out to do the job, though I'm not as experienced as in such matters as I'd wish to be. I set up the explosives with care, blah 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 blah. Yep, okay, you just fucking exploded yourself. Scroll of Cloudkill. Scroll of Stone Skin. Also, speak with dead. Speak with dead.
The corpse remains silent.
Or not. Alright. No. Lift the Shadow Curse. Destroy the heart of the Absolute. Oh boy. I cannot let Gale do that. The Shadow Curse lands. Oh boy. Is this the thing? Hello.
Those shadows. There's power coursing through them. Oddly familiar. Better stay on alert.
Ruined battlefield. And I still have access to... Okay, I need to find a waypoint.
Darkness or not, we need to reach Moonrise Towers.
Looks like we are safe until now. I guess
Can't afford to stay
we're
idle.
using torches
Come
now,
on, let's go.
which destroys my hotbar.
Time to press ahead.
I can feel the shadows' power here, but they don't seem to be harming me.
This place is heavy.
the shadow curse. It doesn't seem to affect me like it does others. Not as badly, at least. Do you know what this means? I must be blessed. Lady Shah is protecting me where others are left to face her wrath. She loves me. She must do.
This could be something else.
Carried away? Hardly. The proof is right there. Just be grateful someone can handle this place. Lady Shah wouldn't bless me like this for no reason. There must be something she wants of me.
Okay, you are
Those
my
signs
scout
we
now.
found about dark justiciars. Perhaps they were no coincidence. In either case, I need to watch for any place dedicated to Lady Shah. A temple, perhaps.
Yeah, that temple that we saw from Grymforge. Holy shit, this place. Oh my god. Where should I go? Every step counts. Shadow root sack. New recipes, lovely.
No traps, please.
What's cooking?
Right, that's not playable.
What to do? Should mind my step.
So, oh my god. Let me get the waypoint, please. Because if the game lets me to TP between these, it's gonna be helpful. Oh, we can only go this way. Okay. Oh. Lovely. I expect like a fight at any moment. Oh.
Let's get in and out.
Harpers.
Eyes open. Watch the shadows.
Alessandra, Jonas, Caro. Shit. Let's hide for now. They're also using torches.
Path lies before me.
Shadowheart, you don't need one. Alright, let's
Best be on my way.
there's no other way. We can skip them like this. It's also a chest.
Don't mind if I do.
A harper shouldn't be enemies. Hello.
Gather ready.
Stay together. Keep to the light. Stop! Who's there?
That's Koga's voice actor. Okay, I was wondering about that voice. Well, I find the best introduction are made while sitting around fire, perhaps with drinks.
You're a chatty shadow. I'll give you that. Come out into the light, hands high.
Or maybe not, Kogas. What's up?
Jonas, move in.
I'm not alone. We are not alone. Oh shit, what's going on? What?
Jonas! Jonas!
Jesus Christ, what is it?
Where are you? Jonas? Can you see our torches?
I can't see anything. Something's wrong.
Follow my voice. Come back to the light.
Who's there? Meg? Is that?
Ooh.
Jonas?
We're fucked.
There you are. Come. Join me.
What the actual? Oh shit. First of all, that's probably the thumbnail. And second of all, that's a run, maybe? Running is an option, right? Ah, fuck it, I'm the hero.
Don't let it get hold of you. Harpers, now!
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Act 2 or not, but this is our first fight of an unknown content. So, bear with me. We are fighting shadows. Level 5. They have dark vision, ethereal. Cannot be shoved, thrown, use improvised weapon, shadow blend. While likely or heavily obscured, this creature gains the ability to blend with shadows to become impossible. Sunlight weakness. Okay, we need that spell. They don't like radiant. Immune to necrotic. And they have resistance to like everything else. 13 AC, so it's easy to hit. Who's first? You. Oh, you're... Sucks to be you. Okay, I don't know these people, but I wanna save all of them. Looks like you are the main character of this group. Lovely cape. Cassandra, I never heard of you. Megan. Alright. Starion. We don't have many weapons, that sucks. Okay.
So much for peace.
I love the music, by the way. I guess we will start with a Call Lightning. I need to roll at least 5 on that. And you know what? Screw you, I'll do it again. Again. Okay. Whoa! You hit that hard. Nice try. Good job. No.
Away, you pox none.
Leave them.
Shit.
Good job.
Make every strike count.
Shit. What the F was that? Okay, Karlak. You need your weapon. Good job. Go in.
Surrender.
Shit. We have a heavy hitter. Do you think it's possible to save? Those who die in the shadows are cursed to remain there forever. Oh, shit. You guys don't like Radiance? Eh.
Yes, here.
Megan. I need to keep you alive. Somehow, all of you. Let's see. Oh, that's amazing. With the obscured. Okay, 31 HP. This one has radiant damage, so might as well. Lovely. Gone. Yeah, we need the light, otherwise we cannot see them. No, don't get yourself killed. Fuck. Come on, Karlak, you gotta kill this one. This should do the trick.
Open up.
Nothing important is ever easy. Well done.
Phew.
Now we've got to move. I know a safe place. Give me your map.
Holy shit. Oh, we can actually see them mark our maps.
Keep your torch high. If you step into the shadows, you'll be felled in a heartbeat.
Alright, Koga. Safe place? You mean somewhere the shadows can penetrate? Thanks, but I'm heading to Moonrise Towers.
That's right. Protected by magic. Only spot in the region that's not been swallowed up by this damn curse. Light will save you here on the outskirts, but a few paces deeper you're screwed. If you want to catch your breath, the inn's the only place to do it. Hope to see you there. Harpers, move out!
Okay. Okay. That just happened. Rip Jonas. Hyper-braid shadow
You
west.
see a man stalking slowly through the woods, bow half drawn. If he bags a deer, the whole family will be kept fed all winter.
Oh, these are the memories
In her
that's left,
former
huh?
life, this girl played in the nearby woods. She was always the best at climbing trees. You sense a young woman gazing at moonrise towers in awe. Perhaps one day she will get to gaze out from atop it, she hopes. You see an older woman on her knees scrubbing the floor of an inn. The patrons made a mess of things again the night before.
We need to light up everything.
Might be useful.
So my bard is actually fine without a weapon. Shadowheart,
Let's get on with
you
it.
can freely explore.
What's the story?
As Starion, you can keep the torch and use range attacks. You have the thingy, I gave it to you. I forgot to mention. I was messing around with the wheel items that I had when I paused the recording once. We are still playing on Tactician, so we need to be super careful. And I have zero information. Nothing of what comes next. But I love the fact that we can actually teleport back. Alright. It's an easy one. Unless the natural one happens. Nothing special.
I'll take that. Need to find a way forward.
Hello?
Ellie May, my light, my hope, my joy.
This grave is a mess. Probably an animal's doing.
Or there's an undead around here. Probably the latter. Take everything? We never know. Oh. Harper's up here. We are running around trying to find the borders of that blight. The ruins east of Lae'zel proved to be highly dangerous with deep, biting shadows. Another suspicious one is that house on the hillock a little further on. It seems dark and empty, but voices come from there. One of the others swears to me that he heard a child's laughter, and saw Githyanki warriors approach the house from the distance. Surely his imagination was working, blah 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 blah. Huh. My Bethaniel? Or shit, Githyanki as well. Oh. Who are you? You're a tiny little bit too far. Oh, look at this dark place, amazing.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
How can I fend off these cursed shadows?
Last light, Isabel.
Where did you come from?
Last light in.
We should definitely go there.
Sanctuary from darkness. Stronghold.
What are you doing here?
Scouting. Seeking. Gaps in cultist defenses.
Did you find a gap in the cultist defenses?
Caravan to Moonroy's towers. Know how to keep the shadows at bay.
Oh, one more question? Okay. Who were you in life?
Dal light spar. Scout.
Bye-bye.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Damn, look at that shot. Holy. Oh, look, Shadowheart. I found something for you.
This place. There's a power in these shadows. I can sense it.
Quick save.
It's ancient. Familiar.
Ah, it's the option. There's... I already gave you the Idol of Shard, so now there's another one. Remember when you told me night orchids were your favorites?
Rings a bell. Why?
No reason. It just so happens I have one right here.
Oh, hells. You didn't pick that by hand, did you? They're deadly poisonous. Joking.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Shadowheart.
They're safe. And beautiful. Thank
Dude.
you. I don't have anything to give you in return, I'm afraid.
I heard that line before. You better take it back then. Well, I'm sure you will come up with something in time.
We'll see. Give me a while to put my imagination to work.
Right. Yay! What the fuck? Shadowheart! Dude. She made a joke, like, what the fuck? That's... Alright, how long is this episode? Oh... Just a tiny... What do you mean, Shadar Kai? These elves were transformed by the Shadowfell until nothing remained but a mournful, joyless existence between life and death. He who was. Bloody hell. Conditions, burden of time aura. Beasts and humanoids have disadvantage on saving throws within 3 meters of this creature. Elves are unaffected by this temporal magic. Necromet. Extra attack, misty presence. Raven. Are you an enemy? Can I trust you? Let's find out. After a quick save. Hello.
Where lies your guilt?
The waning moon.
Shit. I've met few who can also commune with the dead.
And I have met few who stand so tall and fearless in the face of the unknown. Be on your way, brave soul.
Oh, I don't have the ability to speak.
A fair point. Perhaps this one could assist us. The murdered lie silent. The raven asks, will you be their voice?
Why does the raven want to know? We can also trade?
He thinks you strong enough for the task at hand. This woman tended a bar where she took her patrons, her friends, into her confidence. Promised their secrets were safe with her. Yet she turned their words into knives and stabbed them in the back. They died because of her. And to this day, her victims lie unavenged.
She's dead. How much more can she pay?
Death is not the end, merely another beginning. I seek a record of this one's crimes, written in her own hand. Through it, I can summon her spirit and force her to face trial for her crimes.
So if there's Shadar-kai in the game, we can expect to have more more races as NPCs in this game. Well, well, well. That's some powerful magic.
Not for one such as I. Your soul sparks with justice, with fortitude. This is your chance to bring a murderer to justice, to avenge her victims. Will you take it?
So long as I get paid?
The death of heroism is close, I see. Go to the distillery, the one she calls the Waning Moon. Find the ledger and bring it to me.
But before I do anything else, I would like to drink this.
I need a quick word.
Everyone hates you.
Thank you.
You're disgusting, ugly, loathsome. You should just shut up and die. Pathetic.
What the... Excuse me?
Still alive? How disappointing.
It was better when I did not when I wasn't. Okay. Sometimes it's better if you don't know what they say.
This one is a murderer who walks free. She deserves to be punished. Or will you deny her victims peace?
What do I need to do?
I seek a record of this one's crimes. A ledger written in her own hand. With it, I can summon her spirit and force her to face trial.
What do you get out of it?
The joy of bringing suffering to the unpunished. Her victims deserve closure, and the ledger is key.
Fine.
Go to the distillery, the one she called, and together we shall meet.
Okay. Now, do you allow me to cast this on her?
The corpse does not stir. It will answer no more questions.
Nice. Good job, Larian. Cannot loot it though. think it's time I should visit the harbors, Last Light Inn. I still don't have a freaking waypoint. Oh, a chest.
Don't give me trouble now.
Easy roll. See? Who needs guidance? Especially for so run. Oh, this is a playable area. What the heck?
I wonder what the next move is.
Trust no one.
Making me sweat.
Shadowheart? Oh, You can easily jump across, right?
The Dark Lady shields me. I can feel her.
Tab, that was a very...
Night and shadow have claimed this place. Turn back.
Okay. Okay. Holy shit, this place is scary.
I see a way.
Kithric. Shar family. Wait, these are not the tieflings, huh? Oh, and that is not a playable area, okay. Am I allowed to get out of sneak?
Let's try this way.
Never a dull moment.
My faith will guide me.
There is work to do.
Oh, come on,
Time
Tev.
to rest.
Well, at least I can hit people with the this.
Never wanted the easy path.
Alright. Well, I think I was exploring enough for now. But join me for the next episode where we can truly explore this content. This higher level. Oh my lord. This map is also huge. So, join me for the next episode of Baldur's Gate 3. Probably tomorrow. All depends if it's weekend or not, because I'm recording this on like day 5 of when the game came out. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Take care and have a lovely day or night. Cheers. I'm so freaking excited. This is gonna be awesome. Look at this. Well, I think I found Last Light Inn. Well, see you in the next one.